What's the word with it, man? It's your boy Classic from Classic Live. I got the homie OG Corn Dog in the building. Hey, I told you we going live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today we had a little, heck the schedule, man. I can't call it, man. But hey, before we get started with all this stuff, I'm gonna need y'all to smash up that like button. If y'all new, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on a different platform, do whatever that you have to do. Hit that like, hit that heart
Right.
button, retweet, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. We in the building, man. But hey, a little recap of today. I had to be a host or a judge at this conference where they have producers, MCs, and they had DJs. So, basically like the three elements of hip hop and stuff like that. So that's what kind of took me up a long time. And then afterwards, met up with Mailman, which is an old school producer that used to produce with Dr. Dre. So, that's why, doing a lot of stuff IRL
Okay.
and on the internet, bro. So, this music stuff. Matter of fact, I was thinking about what you told me the other day, bro, and I'm definitely thinking about working on a project to where instead of worrying about other artists and stuff like that,
Right.
just talk to the artists that I know and get them on a project that I'm doing over there,
Right.
kind of get them
Right.
their stuff.
Right.
But man,
Yeah.
as we were talking about music, we got some updates going on with this D4VD name, David. I think he should have been in jail a long time ago just because how trash he is at singing. Like, I don't know
uh,
who like his music, and it's crazy that this dude has millions of followers, and I ain't never heard of this nigga in a day in my life.
right. Right. Right.
Crazy, you feel
Right.
me? So, man, hey, I seen something the other day to where I think it was like Trap Lord Ross covered this. If I'm not mistaken, the homegirl Jaguar Wright, I think she covered it also. So,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, TMZ, they covered it also too, bro.
Probably the updates. Yeah, they've been covering it from. Yeah, they've been covering it since day one.
Yeah.
Every time they got updates, but there's some new updates. And a matter of fact, I covered it on my channel. I did a live like when after it's a court appearance and all that, what was the new details on that. But and that's when they were saying that they were going to release the autopsy. And the autopsy is out now, bro. And I ain't really got into the story about it, but I just been hearing spurts of here and there, and that it sounds like, man, dude, what's up, man?
It sounds like
Yo,
he ain't gonna get away with it.
man, no, I'm just saying, no, I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man is innocent, but, until proven guilty. So you still have to give him that benefit of the doubt where you say allegedly, you know what I'm saying? This is what happened. But yeah, dude, like some real creepy, scary stuff involved with that autopsy. And everything in this case is just creepy. You know what I'm saying? Just weird vibes. You know what I mean?
Damn, like what, bro?
Bro, like, first of all, the underage thing,
Oh, of course, yeah.
uh, his, like you said, I, I, I I never heard this guy until this case popped off. You know what I'm saying? And from what I hear, people was trying to compare his music to like art imitating real life and all that. With one of the videos is like really creepy and dark and like uh, it has the same type of how should I say, well, the things that's going on now, like blood is involved and dismembering of bodies on a video. I don't know. I didn't see the video. I just heard, hearsay. You know what I'm saying? But the autopsy, I'm hearing that eyes was gouged out, cut up, fingers cut off. I think that he kept the fingers. I don't
What?
know. I'm hearing stuff like that.
What type of freaky shit is that? Like, yeah,
I'm
bro. Like, he like, why would you do that? Like,
I
why
don't
would
know.
you?
I mean, I don't know if I'm saying what I'm saying right. You know what I'm saying? But just rumors. But I'm like, yo, he kept the fingers. Like, is that for real?
Yo, hey, man. Like, first of all, you got to be like, let's just keep it real. Like, with that whole the age that she was, that's already creepy as it is. So
Right,
you
right,
already don't got something right in your brain. And then on top of that, you know, the way that they found her in that the front, or what you want to call it for the Tesla, like that's crazy also. So I wouldn't like that wouldn't be too far fetched to say that that's something else that he did, like as far as keeping, you know, different memorabilia type stuff. Like that's crazy.
Oh, and he was also caught with child corn on his phone.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so yo, that intensifies it right there, the relationship that he had with her. You know what I mean?
So
And I don't know if they're saying it's her and they consider it that, you know what I'm saying? Or is it something he downloaded? I don't know. But they did say that. Yeah.
Yo, that's wild as hell. Hey, somebody, hey, salute. Hey, make sure y'all retweet this video. Somebody on Exit. I hope Celeste gets justice. Hey, I hope so too, man. Because
Right.
honestly, like she was like, it sucks when anybody have to go like that, but she was very young and she had a lot of life to live. And then
Right.
end up, you know, with this weirdo. And I can say that because he was on camera with her live streaming and stuff like that. So you know, there's ties that you can kind of put them together, and it don't really look too good for him. Like it's even crazier that, you know, like you said, these songs,
Yeah.
I had dreams that I killed you and all that
Is
crazy
that what
shit.
it
Like
is?
it,
Oh,
bro,
wow.
yes, it's something crazy to where it's like, yeah, you're directly talking about doing some harm to somebody and you're trying to just cover it up as, oh, this is just art. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you can't just put that it's just art. Like, nah, it's crazy. They also said David did worse than Diddy. Hey, that y'all, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah,
They
this is far worse.
Hey, but they said Diddy is connected to a lot of people so you know, hey,
Oh.
I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. I can't put it on him like that. But hey, pause. But I don't know. It's crazy that this whole situation is going on, and it's a couple of people that cover this. Like we got 11 hours ago, we got Trap Lord Ross, and then 8 hours ago he got another video. But I think we're gonna go with the whoa. It says 2 more victims of David speak out. 2 more victims. Hey,
What?
hit the damn like button,
What?
man.
What?
Hit the like button. If
Huh?
y'all want to see this video, y'all gotta hit that like, man. Show
Yo,
some
yeah.
support. You feel me?
For
Hey,
real.
salute to Barbara J. Hey, Classic and Corn
What
Dog.
up, Barb?
Hey, what's up, Brian? We got
What's up,
10 to
Brian?
1. The defense is going to go for the 51-50 plea. Fuck no,
Huh?
that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
Nah.
That 51-50.
Ain't nothing wrong with him.
He gonna get 51-50 years in this motherfucker. I don't know what they talking about. Nah,
Football
that ain't going.
numbers.
That super football numbers. Hey, so
Yo.
hey man, I'm telling y'all, hit that like button. What you say, bro?
Yo, before the arrest, the DA didn't want to push the issue on arresting him yet. And yeah, this is the hearsay I was hearing. The LAPD and the DA office had conflict. You know what I'm saying? And the LAPD went on to arrest him anyway. You know what I'm saying? And basically gave the DA an ultimatum because the DA was like, "Nope, we're not ready. We don't have enough." So the LAPD just went ahead and arrested him, and now the he was forced his hand. He had to bring out what he got, which is, is that enough? You know what I'm saying? Can they really tie him to that if he personally did it? You know what I mean? And there is someone else that's, I don't know if it's a witness or someone else, a friend of his that was arrested. He's out on bail now. I heard that too. Uh,
That was like it was like an Asian guy, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Now some people were saying that was somebody that he was kind of like, but I don't know. Like that's hearsay. You know, people be saying a lot of
But
stuff. You know,
I'm sure that dude knows a lot,
of course,
and he don't want to go to jail.
Man, you think somebody gonna do time for that weirdo?
That man,
Hell no.
I'm just saying that man don't want to go to jail. He gonna tell everything he know.
That part. Hey, they said his animated music video showed more evidence. See, that's what I'm saying,
See,
bro. Like,
yeah, see, I need to check that video out, dude.
and the
I gotta
crazy
check
part
that
about
out.
it, that it's crazy how society is to where, like I said, I never heard of this dude a day in my
Right.
life. Now that all that stuff happened, I seen a couple of his videos to where it's like, yeah, he did allude to the fact of doing something to somebody, like he unalived them, and you know he don't regret it. So it's very, the power of the tongue holds life and death. So it's very crazy that you say something like that, and then now somebody get found in the trunk of your car. Like,
Yeah. Not to just cut you off on that, but I hear that there was an R&B artist that was connected to him, which is Neo. I'm not sure if Neo is the one that's responsible for bringing him out. I don't know, but I'm sure there's some type of. I think it's some type of connection between them.
I heard he got ties to SZA.
Whoa.
I could be wrong, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's too much shit going on, man. Like, I don't know. You said you did something on your page the other day about this. So the video that you saw was like 2 days ago or something.
Yeah, that was on my live.
All right, bet. Hey, y'all go check out OG Corn Dog, man. This OG Corn Dog reacts, man. He got some funny ass. Y'all go check. He got some funny ass videos, and we need to get the subscribers up over there also. So yeah, y'all check the homie out.
Yeah.
They said, "Got you, bro." What? This is a status. Somebody. Oh shit. I can't even click on the. Hey, I appreciate you, but I can't even click on that link right now. I'd have to go on like X. Like, matter of fact, DM me on my DM me on my X page. You feel me? And I'll probably be able to pull it up then. You know. But in the meantime, you want to see that video where Trap Lord Ross was saying that 2 more victims speak out about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that, but I mean, is this a new video?
Yeah, it said like 11 hours ago.
Okay.
So he dropped it today. Let me see. And matter of fact, hey, if anybody got anything to add to this conversation, I'll put the link in the description, or I'm gonna drop it in the comments if y'all want to pull up. Do what you do, man. But yeah, let's share this video by Trap Lord Ross. You feel me?
Right.
This dude is cooked.
Yeah.
2 more victims speak out. Let me change the settings on that so it could be different. And before we get into it, Brian said, "Did David come out of the TikTok scene and wait, what? And got legitimized by his peers?" I'm not gonna lie. TikTok will get you very viral. If you want to blow up, get on TikTok, make some little dance, do some cringy ass songs, you'll blow up. So if I'm not mistaken, I think a lot of his audience do come from the TikTok era. Hey, and I hit you up, Brian. I hope everything is cool with you, bro. Yeah, man, like that shit is wild. Let's get into it though.
Content warning. This video is about a sensitive topic involving violence, assault, and loss of life. We've removed any graphic content to comply with YouTube's guidelines. The aim of this video is to provide informative, factual journalism on tragic events in the public interest that does not dismiss its seriousness. All clips shown are under the doctrine of fair use for news reporting and analysis, and some points made in this video are simply opinions and theories. I'm not responsible for third-party information, and this video is being made purely for artistic, educational, documentary, and scientific purposes. Folks, it's not looking good for David. Not only is he facing murder charges and other PDF-related charges, there's now other victims, allegedly, that are now coming out, speaking out against David, and it's very, very bad. I wouldn't be surprised if there are more charges eventually added. I wouldn't be surprised if more living victims end up speaking out, speaking with the police. trying their best to just pile on to what David's got going on. He's already cooked, but this just makes it even worse because it shows a pattern of very, very disturbing behavior when it comes to this guy pursuing Mars, and it's just obvious to see what this guy was all about, allegedly, in my opinion. So I've got some of the posts here that have actually been deleted from Reddit. We've preserved them, thankfully, because you know they love to delete stuff that we like to see. So I'm going to break all of this down to you now in a video, and you're going to see that apparently Celeste might not have been the only one, and it's very, very bad. So look, this is going around now. This has been deleted and locked. All right, they don't want you to know what's in this. And basically, I am going to just show you, because I already saved what was here, but it says victim number 3's statement following David's arraignment. Okay. And they're saying everyone and anyone needs to come forward. It's time to expose him for who he is. Good always wins. So look, let's look at the post and I'll show you some of the responses, all right? Because I've got everything here. So this basically says, it's sort of a back and forth. Somebody has posted this on the subreddit. It says, give me some time and I'll write you a statement. They said, take your time, no rush. So they said, hi, everyone. I know nobody knows who I am, but I was a victim of David Burke. I'm just going to say how happy I am to see him arrested. My identity has remained hidden because I deserve a life outside of this case, and I went through a lot with David, and this is all very hard for me, but to see him behind bars brings a smile to my face. I feel safer and more at peace with my life, and I appreciate everyone who helped bring me and other victims to justice. I know things haven't been fully done, but they will be. This is what I have to say to the public. Let me know when you release it. Thank you.
Hey, so do you think this is like a pile on, or this is actual legit evidence of somebody that's been victimized by this dude David, bro?
I mean, the only way to know is got to come to the light. You know what I mean? Got to come on out and speak your justice. You know what I mean? Shit, all it takes is just one. Shit, 2 makes you a super scumbag. If it's gonna be another one, that make you a super duper scumbag. So,
great top tier.
Yo, this dude right here, man, he gonna be winning prizes when they lock his ass up.
Hey, they gonna be treating that dude like a human pinata.
Yo,
like, man,
they gonna be watching all his videos too. Oh, you like it like that, huh?
Hey, sing that song one more time for me.
Yeah, I like the way you sing it. Sing it,
man. Hey, that's crazy.
And they replied, they said, you've been brave and amazing. They said, thank you so much. Please let me know when it is when it's up. And they said, it's coming out rapid fire on the news. How are you feeling? They said, amazing. I said, oh, I'm so glad you feel safer now. They said, yes. They said, his mugshot's been released. Have you seen it yet? LAPD doing a press release now, and they shared the mugshot with her. And she said, I'm so happy. They said, oh, I'm glad, dude. I really hope you can have closure and live a normal life now. So that basically is the post.
Now, he said, I'm glad, dude.
Right.
Meaning that the other victim was a guy?
I think she was talking about him. Right?
Let me
about David?
I really hope you can have closure and live a normal.
I'm glad, dude. I really hope. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm glad, dude. I really hope you can have the closure you need to live a more normal life now.
Oh.
So that's the person that's talking to the other person that's coming out.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That sounds like that's a guy.
Yeah. Bring it out to the light. Let's see what's going on.
Hey, don't tell me this dude's a switch hitter. Allegedly, Brian said you get a button. You get a button buddy, and you get a button buddy. Oh Lord, yeah. Hey, D-Love's in the building. Man. Barbara said, good to see you, D-Love. Yeah, man. I love to see D-Love in the building.
What up, D-Love?
Substituting my comments. Snap.
Normal life now. So that basically is the post, all right, that was deleted. It's another victim basically coming out to essentially say that they were victimized by David. They went through a similar thing. They felt unsafe, and that they're now happy that he is behind bars. So it's very, very alarming that, this appears to be a pattern of behavior. There's several people that have come forward to say that David was involved with them, especially when they were young. And it is just kind of, you know, it's good to see that people are feeling safe that this guy is now off the streets, but also it is a little bit alarming that he was allowed to get away with this for so long. So people are kind of giving their thoughts on it. It says the last girl that wanted to come forward ended up murdered, so I do understand her hesitating, but now he's behind bars. I hope law enforcement has spoken with her.
And
a lot of deleted comments.
Huh?
That was the reason why that he did that to her. It's because she was going to come forward.
Damn, so that's the whole reason behind all that, bro?
I mean, that's the talk. It's because they're saying something. They say we're saying something about a witness, but the witness was her. You know what I'm saying? I guess she's her own witness. You know what I mean? I don't know, but that's the way they was making it sound to me.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a good reason.
Yeah, they were saying that, like, you know, like I don't know if they were already watching them, because that's the way it sounds like, as if they were already watching them, and he must have knew that she was about to, you know, go tell, or she probably been working with him, and then boom, that happens. The whole thing about me, man, is the dismemberment and the trunk. I don't understand none of that. That part right there throws me off.
Yeah.
Like, did you say that, okay, I was going to put the dismembered body in the trunk, drive off somewhere and scatter the parts or bury him, whatever the hell you was going to do with him. But forgetting about and leaving it in the trunk is just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, wait, let's get to the comment first. D-Love said, yeah, she's the witness. She also said witness tampering. Brian said this is going to turn into a circus. He said, she said. D-Love also said, I think she already was talking on him. Now, back to what you were saying, bro, like,
right,
that really don't make any fucking, I don't think that he forgot about her in the trunk, bro. Like, and then on top of that, huh?
No, go ahead.
No, just on top of that, the fact that, like, was she wrapped up in anything, that's going to leave behind DNA evidence. So
that too.
Yeah, you know, like,
yeah, but how long was she in there though?
They said she was in there for like at least a couple of weeks. D-Love also said only crazy can understand crazy. He was off his head for real, for real. Hey, and D-Love is making sense.
Right.
Brian said dismemberment makes it a special circumstance.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely.
Circumstance trial. Yeah. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. It's over. It's over. D-Love also said she was in a body bag. Okay. So if she was in a body bag, like, you know, you probably have to wrap that multiple times because, you know, DNA can find a way to leak onto the carpet, whatever it is. But it's just the fact of him leaving her in there and then abandoning the vehicle, because they said the car was sitting out there for like a couple of, like I said, a couple of weeks, like I think for a month.
Okay, now when this first jumped off, and people were wondering why he was never arrested and all that, and there was talk of him saying that he was on tour during the time that all of that could have happened, and then they try to put a theory that he came to LA for a couple of days, did it, and then went back to tour or something like that. I don't know what's the involvement of that, but I heard that early on when the case popped off.
That's very interesting, bro. Like, because when everything did pop off, he was on tour to where that could have been like his little alibi to say, well, you know, I was away. I didn't know. But, you know, all this stuff took place weeks prior to where I'm pretty sure he planned it like on some, well, I'm kind of torn in between saying that he planned this allegedly and this was kind of done spontaneous. If she was, because the reason why I'm kind of torn in between two, if she was already going to come forward with stuff, like, I don't think he have enough time to kind of plan stuff. But somebody said you got an echo, bro.
Oh, not again, bro.
Yeah, I see it on the mic. D-Love said she was in body bags.
Yo.
The kind they pick up bodies in, not just any. D-Love said that she was in like one of them special body bags, the ones that like the coroners come in with.
What?
Like, what? Damn.
So he had body bags just hanging around the house and shit.
Like,
what
yeah,
the fuck?
where do you get that type of stuff from? Like that don't sound normal. Like you got connections with somebody.
Yo, for real. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
just,
man. You got anything to say about that, Corny?
Man, this whole case is just creepy, man. You know what? Oh, dude, wow. What was that? The series they got going on Netflix. They do all these mass murders. They did Jeffrey Dahmer, and they did the Menendez brothers. The name of the series is a certain name, Monsters, I think. Okay, this sounds like that. This sounds like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This sounds like that. This is real eerie, dude. It's giving me really eerie vibes. Everything about this is fucking weird, dude.
I agree, bro. This is definitely top tier weirdo shit. D-Love also said, yep, that's what I'm trying to say. He planned this. Brian also says, someone get LT Colombo, Lieutenant Colombo on this case. Just one more question. D-Love also said, there's going to be record where he got those from. There's going to be record that where he got those from, because can't just anybody get those. And another thing, what about the cameras that's on the Tesla? Like Tesla got cameras like 360 around the whole vehicle.
Was the battery charged? I mean, does it still work without, power and all that? Because that thing looked like it was sitting for a while. Like it was sitting longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That thing looked busted up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Barbara J kind of went on. She said, yeah, it wasn't just one garbage bag. It was very premeditated. D-Love also said he heard special circumstances is because he lured her. Body bag.
The lie and wait. That's the special circumstances. The lie and wait. That's what they called it.
Damn.
He was lying and waiting. Whoa.
Hey, Brian said you can buy those from the Army surplus store.
Okay.
Survival stores.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I didn't know that, man. Hey, let's keep going, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, once again, hey, if y'all haven't done so, hit that like button, man. Subscribe if y'all new. Let's keep it pushing.
Guessing this sick individual was targeting mentally unstable, some of which come from a household, and he used them as inspiration to write his music. He then made them feel like they were only his only girlfriend, when 2 or 3 of them, and he was two-timing them behind each other's back. It says a classic, unfortunately, with these freaks targeting disadvantaged. Now, it appears to be that actually the other girl, so they're saying this is the 3rd victim, the 2nd or 1st victim is actually in the comments. Now, I'm curious to know what they think and why they're in these comments. So you're seeing people on comments on Reddit, you're seeing Asia in the comments and all that kind of thing. But I think it's interesting. So let's see what they said. They said, clearing this up as victim number 1, but from my experience with him, my household wasn't abusive, and our age gap was normal, with me knowing him even when he was 17, 2 years apart, and his birthday is exactly 1 month after mine. But I see your point, and I agree it's weird. It's so confusing and betraying. All of this is insane the more everything uncovers. People are saying, what made you delete your original post, if you don't mind me asking? It says she was being harassed and called a clout chaser. And I said exactly this. I know it wasn't the majority, but it was enough to stress me out more than everything already has. I also just feel like I shouldn't be the focus, and it's not really something I should share so much about, since it's my personal life. Also, I was never going to anyways, but then the breakup texts were leaked by someone I knew, which was the last thing I wanted. It's very scary thinking about if Celeste hadn't been discovered, and the fact that I knew him as so good, never imagining him to do any of these things. When I expressed that originally, though, people took that as me defending him, when rather I'm trying to convey how betraying and shocking it feels. People saying, yeah, I really think he was cheating and she found out and she was understandably pissed. Said, agreed, I think she blew up and threatened to expose him and previously assumed OD, but not after this. He was saying, I never thought OD, to be honest, because he wasn't cooperating with the cops. It'd be easier to tell the cops she had an OD and he panicked. And his first song was called Runaway. Says, this is just my guess, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was seeing or talking to others we don't even know about as well. He certainly wasn't Elvis, but he was popular on social media and seemed pretty responsive to fans, e.g. DMing one fan to tell her he received the gift that she bought to a show for him. Most artists have boundaries and will end this conversation with thanks for supporting me and coming to my shows or something similar. Who knows what he was saying? Younger fans would probably be so excited to get a response that they wouldn't think twice about whether he's actually being appropriate or not. Saying this is sad and it's so true. He did it. He said it himself. If you want to write good music, you need to have a muse, but he was taking things way too far. So meeting up with both girls at separate times on Valentine's Day is so weird. Says, like, all of the things going on here, I really feel like you should not waste energy thinking about that. So actually, I think the detail is very important. It shows he was manipulating several at the same time, yet he was so angry at Celeste for finding someone else. He talked about it throughout his music over and over again. This showcases his controlling ways. He's allowed to do something. He thinks he's allowed to do something, but the he's manipulated have hurt him by moving on. So it means he had zero respect for them. Says, are you seriously now just realizing the murderous PDF didn't respect his victims? Yes, we're just realizing that. He needs the death penalty for real. People saying that's too humane. I'm going to upvote this comment. Says, no, he needs a deker. Cali doesn't actually kill you. You're just on death row with the other freaks who are much scarier than normal prison. I bet hope his is elastic, though. It says, oh, it's not the death penalty. Takes years to be carried out. You can sit on death row for decades not knowing when they're going to come and ask what you want for your last dinner. And since there's no a moratorium on executions in California, death penalty is the best life in prison option. He will never be released. And if anyone lifts the moratorium, we might see him get after years of sitting on death row with much bigger psychopaths than he is. Inmates don't like people who commit crimes towards kids, especially if it's the R word. He's going to have a new by the time he gets executed. Says, damn, he is cooked, man, like for real. His unreleased snippets on Twitter hit so much different now because we all know the truth. I hope law enforcement get his ass for real. What it seems like is they have a lot of evidence for real, more than 40 terabytes, and that's a lot. I hope everyone who was victims get the justice they need. Don't free David. People saying, is this who SF gave him photographic evidence? That would be interesting, probably. It says, are these girls in communication with the authorities? If not, urge them to do so. They will have the option of remaining anonymous as victims. And please reconsider posting things like this publicly. Reddit mods are not lawyers or police, and anything perceived as dubious could be used by David's defense to cast doubt. It says, and this is the another victim, that victim who was talking in the previous comments, says, I don't think I'm a victim, even though it says I'm victim one, but I've talked to authorities in case there's anything important I could add, but I have nothing to do with anything that happened, so it's not really helping, and there wasn't really anything super bad about me and him, in my opinion, as far as legal things. Says, it was asked that information about David being was be brought to the authorities as one of the 3 charges is lewd and lascivious acts with a minor under 14. Whatever your case, if he was inappropriate with you, I'm glad you reported it. It was also mentioned that the investigation was stalled in part by unfounded claims and internet rumors. My point was that posts like this add to that confusions and are actually helpful to exactly no one. They only serve to fuel gossip and further complicate the case. If there are other people who were victimized by David, they need to speak to the authorities, not Reddit mods. This entire line of colleagues interviewing victims is grotesque. The case will go so much more smoothly if internet randos stop trying to play detective and investigative reporter, or worse, cause victims to lose faith in the process and not come forward by their way of meddling. Can everyone please behave with some common sense? I'm going to downvote that because I don't actually agree with that. I think the more information there is out there about David's pattern of behavior, the better. I said the authorities know exactly what he was saying and to whom. They have his digital history and will have contacted any victims of his group tactics. I agree civilians should not contact anyone as it's interfering with the case. I don't contact or reach out with anyone. I just read what's out there publicly, and there's a lot. Even with the best of intentions, such actions can impede the case, and his lawyer can use it in his defense. First rule of true crime is not to interfere if you want justice. Let the system do its job.
Hey, so what do y'all thought? Wait, first of all, let's get to the comments. D-Love said she didn't know that. Yep, that's what I'm trying to say. OG Corn Dog. She also said, I bet this not his first time. D-Love also said, why type online, take it to law since she's speaking on it, in my opinion, respectfully. Hey, now the question that I have, do you agree with the statement of what they previously said? Like, they need to stop all the internet detective stuff. It's kind of making the actual case kind of convoluted to where his lawyers can use it against, you know, the prosecutors and stuff.
Nah. Like I said, I think we covered this before, and you know the investigators, they have They have their investigation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the internet and everything. I mean, they probably look at it. You know what I'm saying? But if they can't use it as, real evidence, they not messing with it. You know what I'm saying? And this case is going to be pretty interesting because there might be a little slight chance that he could get off, dude. I'm
How?
just saying. I'm just saying, dude. It might be a chance.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
yeah, we seeing some freaky shit going on like that, but I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's what can they prove though? There's saying the lying weight. You got to prove that. That's special circumstances. You got to prove that. Where you got to have the evidence. You got to show everything. Like the tracking. You know what I'm saying? He was at this location at this time, this day, all of that, because that ties into it. You know what I'm saying? The lying weight. There's things that they're gonna have to prove. A lot of things they're gonna have to prove, man. Like, I mean, because I'm just saying, like like I said earlier, the theory of him being on tour, and then they said he came home a couple of days, did that, and then went back on tour. I don't know if that's true or not. That's early in the case. I don't know if that's gonna be brought up in the case. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things in here that could be, though it's poking holes in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the DA didn't want to arrest him himself. They didn't charge him. The police arrested him. It made the DA charge him. And the DA kept saying, nah, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. So are they running to the gun because it's some type of political thing of the LAPD? Like, okay, yeah, well, we did our job. Now it's on him now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Is that some type of political thing right there or something? You know what I'm saying? Because if the DAs keep telling you, no, not yet, we don't have enough, there's holes in the case then. You know what I mean? If that was talk before the arrest, then there's holes in the case.
D-Love said Cross Thoughts Classic. I think they got him for sure on the minor situation.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
think he's gonna try to bring other people down with him. See, circumstantial evidence as far as, all right, what the hell this girl was doing in your car, that's not proving everything, but it's already putting, she was seen on camera on live with him, so he can't deny that they had some type of relationship. Now other witnesses are going to have to come forward and testify on
Right.
similar type of activities that will connect him to that. Now, as far as him being responsible for her not being here anymore, that's something that I believe, yeah, they're going to have to actually prove that. But once it's just like somebody being found unalive in your house. It can't be that much to where you can be, I had no idea, I know nothing. Like,
okay, but what if somebody else did it though?
Now, if somebody else did it, this nigga better start snitching.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, what if he really was on tour? She was hanging out at his house. His house is probably known as the party house. People hanging out, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe something accidentally happened. Somebody panicked. You know what I mean? Like, we really don't know yet.
Hey, and what's some of the details? You don't have to keep it gory, but you said, something messed up with their eyes, and what else?
Yeah, her eye was gouged out. Fingers was cut off. It was something else strange. Something else strange. He basically cut her all up. You know what I'm saying? Arms and legs and stuff.
So what's the YouTube ad friendly version of that?
Really?
You know, you got speaking like YouTube terms, like you know.
I know I'm trying, like you know, I'm doing my best, like
scissored. You know, like I don't know. But,
oh, and that's another thing too. Like, what did he use? You know what I'm saying? What did he use?
Yeah,
that's another thing too. So maybe they got that. Maybe they got that. But I don't think they found no DNA. I don't think they say anything about any DNA, you know, pertaining to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I agree with you that yes, they're gonna have to prove it. We can't just, you know, go off of how people feel about the situation.
Right.
We definitely got to get all that stuff proven. So
yeah.
I don't think he's gonna get away scot-free. Brian said a real concern is could this be one that was found too early? Could there be more bodies that were never found? Question mark.
Because
that part.
You know, that's a good question right there. Because this is all eerie. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me that serial unalive guy. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe that could be a possibility right there, bro. Because just think about it. If this dude would have well, I don't know if he did or not, allegedly. If he had got away with it, he probably would have thought could get away with it again. Because most of those guys think like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And would go do it again. The thing that gets me, though, is how young he is, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think 24, 26 or so.
No, I think he's younger than that, dude.
Let me look this up.
I think he is. I'm not sure.
Hey, when you mentioned that as far as like getting away with it and you think you can do it again, I immediately thought about that movie American Psycho. And like the question is, do you think that he's like a psychopath, sociopath or something? And it said he's 21 years old.
Yeah, see, 21. Nah, not a sociopath. He was definitely that's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
Brian said there have been so many other underage disappearances. This could be the tip of a very violent pattern of behaviors. Yikes. What you about to say, bro?
Listen, the update that I did on my live, another thing that was mentioned, this is like the fourth day. This is like on Tuesday. They put out the details. Fuck, I just forgot what I had to say.
They put out the details.
It was one main thing. Damn, it almost came to me. Shit. It'll come back to me, dude. Let's go.
All right. As far as the stuff that was used, possibly D-Love said, I think ice picks and switchblades. Now, you think you could do all that with a switchblade?
You need a bigger knife than that.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like you got to do a little bit more heavy duty with that. She also said she took her left pinky and ring finger. Now, could that be symbolic?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did he keep it?
And she said, well, she agreed with you. She said, yep, OG Corn Dog, it's given that. So I think he was 22. The fingers he could, I don't know, possibly, but that's like you really got to be at it, or that motherfucker got to be short. Oh Lord. And she said, and her eyes out. Yep. All right, let's go.
Wait. This I was gonna say. The defense requested a preliminary hearing.
I heard something about like they was trying to do some speedy trial shit.
Right. No, well, they just wanted to bring that up just because they want to rush the evidence, and they definitely want to see what the DA has. They want them to show their hand, and they was mentioning in the court, the part of the DA, one of the DA assistant DAs was saying that the defense only requested that because she knows that the files that we have wouldn't be able to be transferred in time for that case in 15 days, which is, and I said to myself, that's a good play by the defense. You know, when you're playing that lawyer game, you know what I'm saying? So, and what if when they get to the preliminary hearing, what if they don't have enough evidence right then? You know what I'm saying? Because there was already murmurs and talk of, the DA wasn't ready. So I think that's why the defense did that, so they could show their hand on what they really got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I said to myself, that's a good play. It might even help him in some kind of way too. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a crazy trial, and I'd love to see this on court TV right here. Yeah.
Hey, knowing my legal stuff and like getting gained up about that, people said that speedy trial, no, don't do it. But now that I think about it, that, like you said, that could actually work in somebody's defense if you know for sure they don't have the correct evidence because the whole thing is they have to prove that you did X, Y, and Z. It can't be no hearsay, she say.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
If you have some the unaliving weapon, if that's in Africa and they don't have time to go out there in Africa to get it, then you can get all scot-free because they can't prove that was the so yeah, like a speedy trial, that will be low-key putting the pressure on the prosecutors, and they would have to actually fucking expedite all the information that they have, and they don't have all the pieces of the puzzle together. So like you said earlier, he possibly could get off because of lack of evidence, which is wild.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Bruh. All right, let's keep it pushing, man.
Did that for 7 months. His face is so disturbing, so different from his normal public interactions before April 23rd. It's like he transforms or something when he's doing the PDF stuff. After April, we see more and more of this side of him with his strange tics. David has severe mental disorders. I'm not going to lie. He looks like he's aged a lot in that mugshot. But I actually think what's going on is this guy was a...
Good commercial break. Hey, man, you heard people talking about this nigga's a clone?
No, I ain't heard that.
Yeah, man. Some people said, hey, look at him. That ain't him. That's a clone. Now, I think that's pushing it a little bit too far, bro. Like, wait, what you say, D-Love? No, it's full of evil. Oh, shit. I don't know. I can't go with that whole he's a clone thing. Well, sidebar, do you believe in cloning?
Yes, yeah. I don't know about human cloning. I mean, they probably did something that we don't know about, but yeah, cloning is, that's real. Yeah,
they did that goat like damn near 10, 12, 15 years ago. So if that was something that they did long ago, you already know that they already did some other shit.
Shit, I heard they recently, last year or something, they cloned some dire wolves.
Yeah. Well, they didn't clone, but I guess that's.
Oh, no, they wouldn't. I don't think they were pure dire because they were saying something about they cloned it from a wolf that was, I don't know, it was kind of confusing.
The dire wolf, that was an extinct species, and then they spliced it with a newer breed to where I guess they
right.
Yeah, so but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that we see now, they're already down there 5 years ahead and already doing other stuff before they even let us know. So I believe that it could be possible, but yeah, D-Love said she saw that too. I don't think that he's a clone. Like, you know how they talk about Gucci Man and all that stuff, like people act different and stuff, man. All right, yeah, let's go back. Oh shit.
Making himself look like a kid. He liked infantilizing himself, the way he behaved. I actually met somebody who had not spent time with him, but another influencer who had crossed paths with David a few times over the years. And he said that he saw him one time and he was kind of normal. And he said he saw him about a year and a half later and he was acting like a kid. He was acting like a baby. He was acting like a little girl. Mentally, he said he regressed to childhood. So weird. But my friend told me that, and he said, look, he wasn't friends with him, but he'd interacted with him at events, met him at a few influencer things, and he said it was really, really jarring and weird how much of an kid David was acting like the second time that he met him. Something had gone on with that guy, and he was infantilizing himself, probably to try and fit in with the young'uns. People saying, I noticed that too. It's like his mask is completely gone now, and you can see him for who he's always truly been. People saying, I noticed this with others like Russell Brand. It's like a shark whose eyes go black before an attack. That is creepy. Russell Brand's weirdo as well. Is this also being charged with statutory charges? It's crazy that the media isn't emphasizing the fact he hangs with kids and has encounters with them. Obviously, he's got the lewd and lascivious charges. People say, this is interesting, saying y'all are ethics chasers. I get that David is a horrible person.
Hey, we got to echo, Corny.
But y'all don't have nothing to do with that situation or the victims. Leave them alone instead of asking, did you see he's arrested? Like some children. Y'all are making posts about stuff real people actually went through to get off the internet, and understand that y'all didn't do this for them, and this wasn't done for them. This was done because David is a sick individual, and this is the victim speaking again. I agree to a certain extent because it gets frustrating when everyone asks me, do you think he did it? If they find out I knew him, and every update people I'm not even good friends with sends me posts about it. However, this girl wanted people to see a statement from her. So they're saying she wanted that statement to be out there.
She wanted that statement.
How come this post refers to her as victim 3 when the age gap was normal? Am I missing something? The girl saying the age gap was normal is victim 1. Okay, so I think victim 1 is the one in the comments. Victim 2 is Celeste, and victim 3 is the person in the DM. That was shared at the top of this post. Did victim 3 go to authorities before talking to you? I sympathize for any victim of SA and similar crimes. If she went to authorities, let's hope justice is served. But if she went to Reddit before authorities, I'm calling cap and don't sympathize. Any evidence she spoke with police, please post the complaint filing with police. So yeah, let's wrap it up there. But look, I wouldn't be surprised if more victims come out. We're seeing 3 discussed just in this thread alone. SF said that there were others, and it wouldn't surprise me if the police were investigating others. Celeste might have been one witness of several in the investigation against David and his crimes against Mike, and we don't know. There might be other victims that are speaking out that might even know about Celeste. So we're gonna have to wait and see. There's gonna be a court date tomorrow. We're gonna get big updates tomorrow. I'm gonna do another video about some of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes when the alleged body was mutilated, as they're saying. So I'm going to catch you up in a separate video about that. And then I'm going to, if I've got time, do another UFO story for you guys today. But anyway, stay tuned. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. And I'm just doing my best to give you all the information as soon as I've got it. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, shout out to Trap Lord Ross on that video, man. It was very informative. Y'all subscribe to his channel, man. But yeah, bro, it's crazy. This is very crazy.
Man, yo, young, dumb, they got money too. Oh my God. The choices you make in life, and oh my God, it's just crazy, bro. You really think about it, the man is young, he got money. You hanging around with kids, you turn into a kid because you're hanging around them. Like the person said, the last time I seen him, the next time I seen him, he was talking like a girl, sounded like a girl or something, just being real childish and stuff like that. Like, probably because you hanging around those youngsters, bro. And this whole creepy vibe of the the underage thing, dude, like, everybody is hoping that, he go down for this. And yeah, I hope he go down for this too. You know what I mean? I don't want him to get off on a loophole, technicality or something like that. You know what I'm saying? This dude definitely deserves some justice. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I want to see him go down. I want to see him go to a hard penitentiary, and somebody gonna give him some beef stick.
Beef stick? What the? Oh, hell no!
Somebody gonna give him some beef stick.
Giving that Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Not
That's
the police.
That's his whole outcome. Man. He in jail right now thinking about that.
Yeah, that's
man. You might as well fess up, bro.
You better let's start dropping dimes in this motherfucker. Like,
yo,
if he ain't have the hey,
yo, I want to hear what the friend got to say, man.
Oh, you know it's about to
Hey,
be.
there's got to be more than one witness. It's got to be more than one witness, though.
Hell yeah!
It's got to be. It's got to be. Yeah.
Wait, the homie said, what's that? The link ain't working. And I'm about to put the link into the description. And for those that want to pull up, you got to pull up not to the vertical stream, but the regular full screen live stream. Then you can click on the link. You feel me? But hey, this situation is very crazy. If he gets off, do you think people care enough to carry out an act of street justice on this dude because he was messing with a little, you know?
Yeah, I would say so. Don't be walking around by yourself.
Hey,
that's all I can say.
Hey, D Love said, "Where are the parents?" Good question.
Right. She was a runaway.
Yeah,
she ran away, ran to his house, and there was some rumors that he paid the parents off.
Yeah, I heard that also. So it make you question: was she just being a rebellious teen? Was the parents doing things to make her want to run away? You know, like it's crazy. Oh my God. Brian says, snap into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah, that's
stick.
man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Hey, said in the West, you gonna pull up, homie, or what, man? Yeah, you were saying you wanted to see the link, but yeah, bro, like something has to happen, and the parents have been very quiet with all this stuff going on, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We got Wolfgang in the building. Woo, 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 woo. What's the word?
What up?
West Coast, West Coast, baby.
Yeah, my bad. I was pressing on the wrong. You're right. I was on the vertical and I couldn't click it. And I was like, yo, but I wanted to chime in because I did go down to the courtroom. Well, not to the courtroom, but the building today. And they said something was postponed, but I know they said they got 42 terabytes of that stuff. I said, wow.
Good Lord.
Yeah, for like 42 gigabytes that's a lot.
You know, you said terabytes. Yeah, good Lord.
At first, I thought they was like, no, they got to be lying. I'm like, nah, they talking about gigabytes. They said terabytes.
Oh, man. Yes. You're watching that for months and years or something.
He going to Jupiter and back, and he trying to be entertained.
That's crazy.
42 terabytes.
Yeah.
But like you were saying,
got something going on up there.
You say what?
When's the next time that they got like some type of
I think it's the 29th or the 1st.
The 20. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull up. It's either the 29th, which that would be next week, or it's the 1st. But yeah.
Hey, what's that for?
I guess to continue. I guess to finish up the preliminary.
Oh, like to have the whole set date.
Yeah, because like you were saying, they said I think he have up to 10 days for trial, and that's why. Because if they got that much data, and they don't have a computer, like they're not ready. But I mean, yeah, I don't know how this case is gonna go.
Hey man, you don't even need all 42. All you need is 500 megabytes, bro. That's enough.
If they trying to get them on that, they trying to get them on that big stuff. Then they going, I don't know. Like I said, if that's and they said they got police wiretap convos too. So
right. I did hear that. Hear that. Ooh. Ooh. See, that's some good evidence right there. That's some damn good evidence right there, bro.
I don't know how it's gonna play out, but yeah, I mean, obviously they gotta have them on something. It's but I'm honestly looking at it like I think he probably was he's probably like I mean, okay, somebody in the entertainment industry is looking out for this guy, and he's probably protecting others. Like, I'm not saying that he's 100% innocent, but I think others were involved. If she was unalived a certain way, that could be contributed to like a certain type of sacrifice, let's just say. Like, if but I don't know. And then look, the lawyers, when you're going up against something like that, you need you paying lawyers like $200,000-300,000 a damn day or something. I mean, he probably got the money, I'm sure, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking there's some other stuff going on behind the scenes, man, that they low key could be protecting some people.
I said like he's part of one of those circles.
Well, look, think about it. I mean, that girl was little, bro. That wasn't like no, even she don't even, she ain't, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, we brothers normally want something thick, right? Like, so, of age, like if you thick, you gonna be of age. You know what I mean? That girl's like a little kid. So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like, so like I said, but they will use an artist like him to procure those types.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, yeah, man. Yeah. You already know the industry. That's just, it ain't just, it don't be just him. It be others like that are around him. It's like, okay, well, if she has a friend or she got a group of friends, like they do weirdo stuff, that. And then these little kids, they prey on him. He was a streamer. So
right.
Who's obviously on those streams is normally underage people.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's more to it than what I don't know. That's just me though. It's always with the media, it's always they give you the cover story, don't give you the real deal, in all honesty. So
true. Hey, some of the comments, D-Love said, no, the parents letting their kids hang with him, which is crazy. D-Love was laughing. That's what I was thinking. Her parents have been quiet. Brian said, there's going to be more witnesses when the tabloids start soliciting for interviews and exclusives. D-Love also said, hey, Set in the West. She said, shaking my head. And she said, I heard about the wiretaps today. Yeah, so hey, that's the word that's been going around town, man. And that's crazy.
I did a video saying they need to investigate the parents. And people probably hate me or whatever. No, you got it. If you got kids, you're supposed to protect them little kids, man. And yeah, I don't put nothing past nobody. So they definitely should investigate the parents.
Yeah, hey, that's real talk. Hey, no stone left unturned. Like, some people might think that that's too sensitive, but you never know what people got going on. And a lot of times people will do a lot of crazy shit for money. They'll go, oh man, shit, she was already a nuisance to us. So shit, he gave us some money. Fuck it. Just let her, she want to do her own thing. So, hey, I agree with you on that, bro. Like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, they said she was a runaway, but they knew where she was at.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, what do you call that?
And runaway, come on, man. In this day and age, runaway, nah, you can pretty much figure out where your kids are, or you're supposed to have some type of supervision. Like, I mean, if she did it repeatedly, I don't know. Did he pay off the parents? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It sounded like she ran away and went to go live with him. That's what it sounded like to me. It don't sound like she went back home and I'm gathering some clothes and I'm going back. You know what I'm saying? It's like she went there to stay with him.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Hey, this ain't the first time. Shit. Allegedly, Aaliyah parents was cool with, Aaliyah doing whatever it was. So this has been going on for a long time, to where a lot of parents see that their children get around these different celebrities and then they'll get blinded by fame. or finances. So
Right.
yeah,
The
this
the
is
the
this
Brandy
is
the Brandy and Wanye situation.
Uh-huh.
shit, you
I
had to say
mean,
that one, huh?
I'm just saying. Think about it. I'm just saying. It's like she was 16, he was 22.
That's crazy. And I didn't know like all these stories like Shine, it's a list of people that they said
Yeah.
that was with Brandy, and
Right.
I thought she was just sitting on top of the world, just this
You're sitting on top of some.
Straight meat mountain, huh? Like that's crazy. Hey, man, wait, what they say in the comments? Oh shit. D-Love said nope, they need to investigate the parents set in the West. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Classic music, they'll do anything for money. Yeah. D-Love said, yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Also, OG Corn Dog. Brian said R. Kelly and his pee fetish chick parents were being paid. Yeah,
Right.
they was thinking that they was going to get like their daughter's going to get some record deal, or
Right.
Matter of
Right.
fact, didn't they say that first girl? And that's crazy. She was a part of some little group that was popping too, and she was
She was
related
Sparkle's
Sparkle.
niece, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I actually seen some of the videos of what they was putting out and stuff, and like that girl was young, bro. So it's like this type of shit is going on, and you let that happen just because of your career is doing whatever, and this guy's so talented and gifted. Like, yeah, like we've seen multiple cases, and we can go on for a long time of how many people did some unrighteous stuff for some finances. So yes, once again, Wolf, I agree with you on that. The parents need to be investigated too. Also, like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
That's probably coming.
Okay.
Well, no, we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, Echo, bro, Echo. Yeah. Yeah, man. When Barber J said, "Hey, Odell,
What's going on, Barber J?"
So what else, man? Hey, we hit that hour mark and everything. Man, I've been gone all day, but I see what you was talking about, bro. They said All-Star JR got picked up by the feds, like on his way to go interview Vlad. And that
no, he was going to No Jumper. He was going to No Jumper.
No Jumper. Hey, we got a video coming. Well, we already got a video that's out, and we was talking about
exactly
Vlad and your boy,
the agents.
So on the way over there, you telling me that people picked you up? Like, what type of coincidence is that, bro?
How did that happen? What? So look, if do you guys know who Neely Fuller Jr. is?
That sounds familiar. Who that?
Okay, well, he was the brother who wrote the compensatory code to white supremacy. He's like an army vet from the Korean War. Straight up, like just regular dude, ain't really did much, but just wrote that about like warning black folks, like, look, the system we're living in is under like it's basically like military, because he was in the Korean War. And it just came out recently that the FBI was trying to get him. This dude was all he did was that, and then he just lives a normal life, didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do nothing. And they were trying to, they couldn't get him. They were like, they couldn't get their hands on him. Like, meaning they were trying to get him. So they were following him or whatever. So look, these people that have gone to No Jumper and Vlad and don't think, I'm like, my question is, when did they catch up with dude? What, like, I mean, they had to have been following him. It's
I think they caught him at the airport.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I hear, that he got they said they don't know where he at, if he in the county or if he in the airport jail.
Oh. Yeah, airport jail is federal.
And all of this is over that whole incident, the pow incident with Ben 10.
Right.
Wouldn't you say that was self-defense?
Right, yeah, that's the stand your ground law out there. Yeah, that's what they was giving them before they looked at that that video. He was doing the Miggity, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, the one part that we don't know if the blammer was his. You know what I'm saying? You know, that they said that, you know, it fell down out of homeboy hand. He happened to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Gave him some justice. And they said that when the one of the guys that got hit, he went down. He started shooting at other people that was fleeing. Then he stepped up over the dude and gave him some more justice.
Damn. That sounds like a Soldier Boy story.
So now I think that's where they're gonna get him at. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're talking about the blammer being his. If it was his, then you know he might be, you know, in a little trouble there. I don't know, but still, that's Texas, and you know, I mean, he's not from Texas, so I don't think the law applied by him when it comes to that. Be walking around with it on your hip and all that. You know what I mean? But I think that's where they're gonna get him at. Probably, you know, when people were fleeing, he's shooting at them, and he goes over and stands over and just start going off on him.
He's doing too much. He thinks he's Bruce Willis.
Yeah. So if he would have just, you know, got him off him, you know, get him off. They run it. One hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? You go somewhere and you wait for the cops come. That's what you do. You can't flee the situation. You know what I'm saying? They already know who you are. They coming for you. So you might as well just stay there. That make it better for you. That way you don't have to be. But what made it even worse is when you go on social media and start taunting and antagonizing and making songs about dude getting hit and making a dance out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So when the feds seen that, they was like, man, we got to go get this dude. He think we playing. You know what I'm saying? We gave you a chance. You out here, you just want to just make it like this, making dances out of the dude, hitting the ground, shaking. Like, come on.
That's ignorant.
The Ben 10 challenge. Hey, so low-key, you really think it's because of the fact that he was egging on the situation after he did his
I think that has something to do with it, but I think they want it because, you know, to stand over. You standing up over him. You know what I'm saying? That's that gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's that gangsterism right there. I've seen that in a lot of gangster movies. So,
hey, so why Soldier Boy get away with it then, man? Because he said he saw the dude. He got off on him, and then he walked up to him. He took the mask off. He was like, "Oh,
man, he was in his house."
Soldier Boy probably lying.
He was in his house. You can hell yeah, motherfucker in your house, hell yeah. I welcome you to come in my house.
Was he in California though? No, was he in California?
Nah, I think it was. I don't think it was in Cali at that time. That was in Atlanta.
Yeah. Because if you did that in California, you can't. Somebody can break in your house. You could pop them. You can go to jail.
I know, but I'm still gonna pop them.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like people, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Hey, some of these laws are kind of like re for real. Like, how can somebody break into your house? They cut themselves on some glass and bleed out, and then now it's your responsibility. Like,
huh? What the fuck?
That's California. That's only California.
I ain't never heard nothing like that.
I'm about to say, that's California law, bro. Like, somebody break into your house and they end up being unalived in your property. You're responsible for that.
Not really. That was his choice.
That's what I be saying. But hey.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Like, man, if I go in here, hey, I might not come out of here. You know, that's a possibility of thinking right there. You know what I'm saying? So,
no trespassing, man.
Yeah. I ain't playing. If I don't get you, my dog gonna get you. So
either or.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
Hey, be like, Minister, what's that? I got you sucking. Hey, you want the dog or you want the leg?
You probably gonna want this dog. He pretty big. He gonna tear your ass up, but
man, for real though. Yeah, it's just too much stuff going on, man. I think we had a pretty successful episode tonight, man.
Right.
You know, the next time we're gonna go at it is Saturday, because today's Thursday already.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, man, I don't know. I gotta find out tomorrow, but yeah, I might be stepping out that way tomorrow. I mean, on Saturday, dude.
Okay.
My boys Ray and my cousins Ty and them, they want to get together over there in Inglewood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I'm still over there, even if I'm still hanging out, man, I'm gonna still try to tune in. You know what I'm saying? So we can still have the show going and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make that shit happen, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, well, shit. Tonight was a good night. Y'all check out the homie Wolfgang Amadeus. He go by Set in the West Docs. I'll put his information in the description. Check out the homie OG Corn Dog. He go by OG Corn Dog Reacts. And it's your boy Klasic from Klasic Live. So before we get up out of here, y'all hit that like. Make sure that y'all subscribe to all 3 of our platforms. Check us out. We do this on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So get right or get left. We out of here. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.